Tonight we begin our series of interviews with the candidates. We are kicking things off with the race for Washington's governor. The Seattle Times today endorsed Republican Rob McKenna, while the latest numbers from a public policy poll show that Democrat Jay Inslee is up by 6 points. And Jay Inslee joins us live in our studio now for a one-on-one interview with Nadine.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Mr. Inslee, thanks for being with us
tonight. Thank you. Great day in Spokane, huh?
It's a beautiful day. It really is. The Cato Institute recently did a study of the nation's governors, gave them a grade of A through F, recently published in the Wall Street Journal. It gave Governor Gregoire an F grade for her fiscal policy, basically because of tax increases.
Right.
How would you grade the governor, and how would your administration be different from hers?
Well, I'm not in the business of grading. I'm in the business of leading, and I'm going to lead this state into a job creation future, and I'm very excited about this. You know, I'm going to be the first governor from Eastern Washington since Clarence Martin from Spokane over 70 years ago, and I've got a plan to create jobs, including right here in Spokane. I'm so excited about the new medical center, our aerospace potential, clearly in our agricultural work. And I'm going to be a governor that's going to create jobs by the bucket load here in Spokane County in the Inland Empire. And I feel strongly about this because we got 300,000 people out of work. And we need somebody with a jobs plan to get this job done. And I have that. People can check it out at jayinslee.com. It's 75 ideas on how we can get the economy moving again, and that's what I'm going to be focused on.
Well, and speaking of jobs, 300,000 people in our state are out of a job. Our unemployment rate's higher than the national rate. How do you plan to do that specifically? And tell us about what you mean by clean energy revolution in job creation.
Well, you know, we have an opportunity right here in Spokane County. We're leading right here in Spokane County. You know, one of the Western Hemisphere's largest energy efficiency companies is right here in Spokane, the McKinstry company. We actually kicked off my campaign at what is the former railroad station, now a clean energy efficiency company. You have the Itron company that's doing some advanced smart grid technology work. You know, we've had about $7 billion of economic activity associated with new types of energy, certainly with the wind energy industry that's growing here right now. There's probably it's been estimated 60,000 people working in our state in the new energy and energy efficiency industry. So this is a growth potential for us right here. I want to help Washington State University found a center of biofuels excellence. So we can grow biofuels that, you know, can power jet airplanes. We were the first, you know, we led this revolution. The first airplane ever to fly across the Atlantic Ocean on biofuels was on a biofuels designed right here in Washington State. This is a potential whole new industry for Eastern Washington. I'm very excited about this.
Sounds great. Let's talk about education. Funding, as you know, has dropped significantly over the years. How do you prioritize education but maintain a balanced budget? Do you agree with education reform? And what do you mean specifically by rebuilding our public education system? Is that your idea of reform?
Well, my idea is that every one of our children will have a shot at a 21st century job, and to do that, they need a 21st century educational system. We don't have that now. We need to do better by our kids, obviously. 1 out of 5 kids are still not graduating from high school. Now there's some improvements been made at Rogers and other places. There's some exciting things going on here in Spokane County. But we have to do several things. One, we have to have some reform so that we can make sure that we have quality and make sure that we have accountability, and that's going to happen when I'm governor, because you know, you can't accept a 1 out of 5 of your children not graduating from high school. But we obviously need to give teachers what they need to teach, which is some resources. You know, we're losing arts and music programs. Kids do not have access to online services so that they can help in the science, technology, and engineering math programs that we want to help them with. So we need to get some resources into the schools, but you know what that depends on is the economy. If we're going to have a strong educational system, we have to have a strong economy, and so this comes back to job creation. That's why I have focused like a laser beam on a job creation plan that helps jobs so people can get back to work, tax revenues will increase, and we can put that money into education. We need to prioritize education. We need to make it first so that it has the first claim on new dollars as they come into the federal treasury, and build a budget around that. That's the paramount duty of the state. We're going to fulfill it when I'm governor of the state of Washington.
I think we have time for one more question. What one issue best illustrates the differences between you and your opponent?
This is very easy. I have a jobs plan. I have a plan that is tailored for our state. You know, we are a very innovative state. We invent, we create, we build. We look at the potential biotechnology industry that could be built around the new medical center here. There's going to be about 24 researchers. We can take that seed and grow new industries in Spokane County and the Inland Empire. I have a 75-point plan on helping businesses grow, private sector businesses grow, and that's what we need if we're going to get our economy going again. Look, we're in a competition. We're in a competition with China. We're in a competition with Germany. We're in a competition with Texas. We need to get off the dime and help these businesses grow. That's a plan. I've got a jobs plan. That's what this state needs.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Inslee, for being with us tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You bet.